Okay, so it's been a few hours and we're ready to style the Marilyn wig. Pretty much the opposite way of how we put them in. So starting from the bottom of the neck, going back up. I like to take the roller out, tease it a little bit as I go, rather than taking all the rollers out and then going back in and teasing through the whole thing. I tease as I go. So this wig is not for a drag client. This one is for a dance company, so it's going to be used by real ladies. So we're not going too big with this one, but depending on how big you want it, depends on how much teasing you want to do. So the bigger you want it, tease it up more and make it as big as you want. I didn't mention earlier, but obviously, so this wig is probably about, probably like shoulder length when it was originally started. The wig that I bought was probably like a little bit past the shoulder. I actually cut this wig to the length that I wanted. I added some layers. So depending on what wig you get, you can buy wigs that are already short, that are designed and built ready to be styled into a Marilyn style. But if you don't want to do that, I prefer, what I did, you can buy a longer wig and cut it to the length that you want it to be. Obviously, thinking about if you do want a really big Marilyn, don't cut it too short, because you're going to tease it up and that's going to get the height here, and you want that length to fill out the bottom. So starting at the bottom, take the roller out and we're just going to tease a little bit. Doesn't need too much at the bottom here. Just a little bit of teasing as we go. So take each roller out, comb it through. Again, making sure there's no knots. Bit of teasing. Well, I should be saying back combing rather than teasing. So we're not teasing, we're back combing. So we're not making a mess and making it all ready. We are simply pushing some of the hairs all the way to the base. So creating a little bit of density at the root of the hair, and that'll hold it in place and give that volume. So if we just left it, obviously it'll just go straight down. So we're going to tease it, and then a little bit of hairspray, just really lightly as you go. Don't put too much in as you're going until the end. The more hairspray you put in, the harder it is to stop. So I'm just going to go through and take all the rollers out and tease as I go. So when you're styling your wig, you want to leave all the rollers from the front hairline in until very last. So you've got all the yellow ones out. You can see that's nice and full, lots of volume. So I sprayed it a little bit through there, but I'm going to just put a light spray over the whole thing and just give it a bit of a scrunch. Make sure. And I'm going to keep going all the way to the top. So once we get to the top, the ones that were in the slightly bigger rollers, we can really tease these up a bit more because we want that height there, a bit of a wave, a bit of height and a bit of a wave going into the smaller curls down the bottom. So that's going straight up and then down, rather than if you didn't, it would just be going straight down like that. So you want to have that height. Make sure that whatever I back comb, then go to the rest of the length of the hair, make sure that there is no knots in that, just so that is nice and smooth. And don't worry too much about this, like especially 2 or 3 rows back. If this is all ratty and like a bird's nest, because that's going to be covered by the hair that's in front of it. When you tease, you want to just sort of, you don't want to go all the way from the top and just make a mess like that. That's not what you want to do. I like to go from about halfway, get the comb right in there, and pull down. Most wigs there's longer and shorter hairs, and it's those shorter ones that you want to grab, pull down, and then to really get it nice and tight at the root, really need to get in there and push down at the root there, and that creates a really tightly packed back coming out the bottom, and that's what's going to hold it up. So that, you can see, that's going straight up and over. Right, so now it's a little bit messy, but we're going to go through with the other end of the towel comb and neaten it all up and place it. So now it's sort of all about placing the hair where you want it to be. So a little bit of spray and then placing the hair. So if you've really combed it a bit too far and it's a bit flat, just get your towel comb in there, pull it back up a bit, back to where you want it to be. It's got nice waves already forming, so you want to place the hair where it wants to go. So just let it go where it wants to go. Don't worry about too much about copying exactly what I've done or making exact to a picture. So where you've set it in rollers is going to be where the hair wants to go. So as you can see, this one is wanting to go that way and then that way. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to follow that along and set that all in place nice and neatly. So I'm holding down what's already nice and neat and then going to the next wave. Just hold it in place. This is where now I'm going to take out at least one of the sides. Where the lace tends to be a lot easier to tease. There's more hair, but don't, and always start from the back. So don't, especially for the front, don't tease at the front because that's going to put all the back combing at the front and you're going to end up having to take it out anyway. Tease from the back. Right, if there is any knots, try and get them out with your towel comb, but if you really need to, just cut it out. This is safe. Let's get a bit of hairspray underneath and at the back. So this will stick down. I'm going to smooth this over. This will be sort of slick back on one side. I'm going to put it in there, nice and flat. So that holds that down while we manipulate the hair to then, so then it's all about placing the hair. So that, you can see, we just got a nice little wave. Because it's a Marilyn never really had it really like slicked and perfect at the back here, so that can be a little bit, not messy, but you don't need to really go into too much detail at the back. So it's quite an easy style to achieve. At the top here we've got these waves, so just going to make this nice and neat on the top, and then that's going to, so those waves are going to go into this fluffy curly bit, so that'll be incorporated into there. If I really wanted to set it all in place, we could go along and put clips along here as well. Like clips in here to hold them together, but we don't really need to. So now we can go onto the other side. Start at the ear. Okay, so the front is all teased. Now, same again, we just are going to place it where it wants to go. So you can see what I mean about with the rollers, when they're not overlapping or because they're not going straight backwards, there's a bit of a gap here. So we're going to have to counteract that when we comb it through with hairspray and smooth it out. I like to put either a clip in to hold this down nice and smooth and let that set with hairspray, or if it's still really stubborn, I go through with some pins just to hold the hairs in place, which you'll see. Depending on whatever I need to do, I'm not sure yet. So this wig, when I do the top, I like to start on the sides where the ears are first. So similar to what I did on the other side, smoothing it back and then putting the clip in, but just not as far back, just right on, still pretty much on where the lace is, to there, and then letting it fall back forwards, and similar to this side, but it's just going to be a bit further forward over the ear, covering side of the face. So this is where you need to make sure that you don't have any knots, especially in the ends of the hair. Because we put these all in clips here to hold that up, and now we're smoothing the ends, if there was a knot in there, you'll be pulling out everything that you're holding in place, and it'll pull on it, pull on it, pull on it, and it'll move, and it'll be sheet. So if there was knots all over it, it's just so much harder. So make sure it's as knot free as possible throughout the whole process. So if you really want it really set, it, so I'm going to do this time, I'm really setting it, put the hairspray right into the roots and all over. Maneuvering the hair to get that classic Marilyn wave. And putting a few pins in this area. This is where that little gap was, just to push them where I want the hairs to be. Now, don't see from your angle, but if I do it slowly, you can see where we've had the clips, there's a little bit of a mark there. So what I like to do is get a bit of isopropyl alcohol, light spray on there, get your pin, and just get those marks out. Just get rid of those. There's nothing more I hate than seeing those lines. Hot tip. So I like to use the floristry pins to hold the waves in place as well. I'm now going to set it with a shitload of hairspray. So just go all over. So you can put as much or as little hairspray in as you want. Obviously the more hairspray you put in it, the harder and the set it's going to be, the longer it'll last. If you don't, if you're planning on restyling the wig or only doing this once, maybe don't put as much hairspray in there, and then you can wash it and restyle it quite easily. All little fluffy flyaways on the back here that form. Just use your hands. You will get sticky hands and residue of hairspray on everything. My phone constantly has a layer of film of hairspray over it. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have very bad lungs. Alright, so here we have it. A classic Marilyn Monroe style. Very iconic from the 1950s era. Doesn't have to be in blonde, you can do whatever colour you want. Thank you for watching Styled by Esther's first wig styling tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was informative. I'm sorry if I'm not funny, but that's fine. The wig styling videos are intended to be informative. If you would like to see more wig styling videos and wig styling tutorials, if you have any questions, please leave a comment in the comments down below. If you like the video, please hit the like button so we know that you're enjoying what I'm doing. If you would like to subscribe to Styled by Esther, please subscribe to Styled by Esther. If you would like to follow Styled by Esther also on social media, it is on Instagram, it's StyledbyEsther_. If you want to follow myself, my private Instagram account is christianwithak.mua. Thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one. No, I broke it. Can I start?
What?
Can I start?
If you want.
You don't make noise.